Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of TWD Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video for today. This one is going to be talking about the final season of The Walking Dead. I want to talk about all the information we know. We're going to kind of just talk about it all in this video. The final season, season 11, and what do we know so far? Okay guys, just going to be doing another video for today. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead video for today. This one's going to be talking about the final season of the Walking Dead television series. This is going to be talking about what we know so far about the final season of the Walking Dead. So I wanted to do this video because there has been a lot of talk lately about the final season. Obviously, it's in filming, and we do know a little bit of information about it, but also just based off of the comics and kind of the storyline that we'll be jumping into. But what do we really know about the final season so far of The Walking Dead? So we're going to jump into a few things that we know. I'm going to make a few kind of minor predictions and talk about how this season is looking based off of a fan perspective. Now, I am going to be honest, I'm very excited for the final season of The Walking Dead. It is definitely, for me personally, my most, hyped final season of anything, that is for sure. But I am definitely worried about the final season, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm not, because there are a lot of things that I'm very concerned about, and I want to really just kind of jump into it with the first one. So, in the first half of season 11, from what we've heard so far, this is obviously the half season that they are currently filming right now, it does sound like we will have, at some point in the first half of the season, a Connie and Virgil only episode. Now, that is one thing that I'm very concerned about, and for a number of reasons, but also the main reason is because how long are they going to drag that out is the main question I have. And the other question I have is, how long are they going to have Virgil around? Because you guys know where I stand. I can't stand the guy. I cannot stand Virgil. I don't think he is a good character. I don't even think the actor really brings his A game, if I'm being honest. And I just don't really think that the character is that great. And in terms of Connie, I don't really want them to drag out this story of her missing for this long period of time. And I really do wonder how that episode is going to turn out, because we know that Lauren Ridloff is coming back for the final season. We do know she will be doing that. But it sounds like they're going to be making her return and having her have her own, individual spin-off kind of, if you will, episode where, it's just kind of, her, only her. We don't really advance the plot too much aside from just seeing what happens with Connie, and that is basically it. Now, the only way I'll like that episode is one way. If either Daryl, Doug, or Carol rescues Connie from Virgil, they kill Virgil, and they get Connie back in one piece. That right there, I would actually like that episode. But the thing that makes me worry is that they're going to try to drag that on for a while because the pandemic, and they don't want to, have actors be certain places, so maybe they'll have, Connie be missing for a while, and I'm like, oh man, please don't do that. I'm just saying, like, she's already been gone long enough. I don't want them to go into that too much more. Now, let's talk about the other thing about the first half of season 11. So, we also did find out, and this is pretty obvious from the second half of season 10, that, or season 10C is what I mean, that we are going to get the Reapers probably, most definitely, in the first half of season 11. And that is something I am very concerned about for a number of reasons, just because how long are they going to delay the Commonwealth? And also, it also doesn't make sense because you got to think that they will have the Commonwealth in the final season, because they are filming, I believe, around episode 4 or 5 right now, and we've had all these teasers of the Commonwealth, the interview room, the cake, the ice cream, the stuff like this. So what can they do? What will they do in terms of that? Now, obviously, I don't want to reveal too much, and I'm not going to reveal too much about this, but they are still in the process of building the Commonwealth location, and I'm just like, so are they just barely going to show it, or are they just going to, how are they going to do that? Because from the information we can tell from so far, it does not seem like the Commonwealth is going to be heavily involved in the first half of season 11. Now, the thing that throws me off is that we do have the casting for Mercer. We do know that, we do know the actor for Mercer. But we still haven't heard anything from Lance, Pamela, or Sebastian. Now, Sebastian, I know there's been some rumors out there, but there's nothing official, so I'm not really going to say he has been chosen yet. And then the other thing about it is, as well, too, is that we do know full well that Mercer will be in season 11. And it sounds like they might have him before we see the other characters, because Why is Mercer going to be, like, why is Mercer announced, but we don't have the other Commonwealth characters? It feels a bit off in my opinion. Now, back to what I was saying, I do think that the Reapers will be involved in Season 11 because of the fact that in the rest of Season 10C, we're not really going to be focusing a lot on that. So, are they going to drag that on for a lot of Season 11 as well, too? At least for the first half of the season, something like that. It's not really what I wanted. I wanted the Reapers to be a Season 10C only villain that would be only in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they would be in those episodes, they would be the major, kind of villain concentration for Season 10C, but by the time Season 10C wraps up, they are done, and it's kind of just to be like kind of their own villain during these kind of, extra episodes to kind of tide us over until Season 11 when we get into the Commonwealth storyline, because I wanted to jump into Season 11 with immediately going into some of the Commonwealth stuff, but from what I've heard of the filming news, it's like we'll be lucky if we even see Mercer by episode 4 or 5. And that's crazy. So, I don't know. That's not looking so good right now. I am very worried about how they're going to kind of pull that off. I'm worried about a lot of that stuff. Obviously, for the final season, we are going to have a lot of deaths. That is expected. That is something that, is definitely expected. We don't know too much about that right now, obviously, because they're just filming these episodes. But I will say another thing about this final season right now as well, too. This one hurts because I know a lot of people come up with this, a theory, and it hurts my brain, okay, how they could possibly do this. And I got to bring it up because a lot of people have been mentioning it. This is all we know so far, and is that in the final season of The Walking Dead, there's going to be a character that was, I guess, known or thought to be dead for a very long time, going back in the early days of The Walking Dead. And the going theory right now is Dwayne. And I'm just like, I know a lot of people are a fan of it. I personally hate it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I like the idea. It's a really cool idea. No. Dwayne being alive is the most ridiculous Walking Dead idea I have ever heard in my life. I'm sorry. It just is. I don't like it. It's weird. And on top of that, we don't even have official confirmation that Lenny James is going to be in the final season. Now, there was obviously the news that we heard that potentially Alicia Denham Carey is apparently in and around filming for the final season. We don't know if she's filming or if she's just visiting or whatever, but it makes us wonder, well, is Lenny James coming for the final season as well, too? And if that's the case, are they going to bring Lenny James back, bring Morgan back, and bam, right away we got Dwayne? Like, I'm trying to understand why and how they're going to do this. I don't know. That one right there is the most far-fetched theory I've ever heard in my life. And also, not even just that, it's the dumbest theory I've ever heard in my life. I'm sorry. I don't like the Dwayne idea. I never did. I think it's really weird that they would actually pull something like that. And especially, it really messes with the Morgan story. And also, not even just that, the Clear episode, in my opinion, one of the best bottle episodes The Walking Dead ever did, is going to be seriously crapped on by a lot of people if Dwayne is just somehow alive, and that's the main thing I'm saying as well, too. So it does really mess with that episode, and it really does mess with a lot of the story. Now, here are some of the things I am excited about in the final season. I'm excited to see the Commonwealth. I'm excited to see, once we see it, how it's going to look on screen. Obviously, with the way they have to film right now, I am wondering on how much they're going to show, but the Commonwealth soldiers look great. I can almost guarantee Mercer's going to look awesome based off of who they have, as the actor. Lance, I hope they get somebody good. Pamela, again, we'll have to see about her. And Sebastian, at least from the rumors I can tell right now, it looks like they're going to probably find somebody pretty darn good to play the Sebastian character. Now, obviously, the big question mark, this one, there's no news about this, but I have to mention it just because it is still something we all talk about to this day, and nobody's going to stop talking about it until we see the season in its entirety. Will Rick return for the final season in any kind of way? Now, man, so from what I can tell and from what I can see so far, probably not. Which really upsets me, and I know I say this a lot, and I know a lot of people are probably like, yeah, Dan, we've heard about this, you say this a lot, but we started with Rick Grimes. The Walking Dead started with Rick Grimes. If it doesn't end with Rick Grimes, they're crazy. I'm sorry. That just makes no sense. And if it's because Andrew Lincoln doesn't want to return for the final season, I won't hold it against the writers. But I will, and for this simple reason. Andrew Lincoln literally said in recent interviews that he actually wants to come back. He wishes he never left. And I'm like, guys, not even just that. He's literally growing the Rick Grimes beard out. Now, obviously, the movies are going to start filming. Yes, that is true. But you're telling me you can't at least get him back for the series finale. I mean, seriously, if they do that, man, that's going to be a missed opportunity. And man, that's going to feel incomplete when the Walking Dead show is over. It's just that simple. It's that black and white. And Michonne, that would be a good bonus, and I would love to see that. Personally, I think that'd be a great way to do it. Rick and Michonne both kind of return together or something like that. But again, that possibility is very slim, and that's unfortunate, and that is the most disappointing part about the final season. Yes, it tops the Dwayne thing. Yes, it tops, the Reapers or the Connie stuff or whatever. If you don't have Rick in your final season, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to give your final season a 10 out of 10. It's just that simple. So, yeah, there's already kind of something right there. Now, let's talk about the other final thing. And this is the last part of this that I will be able to discuss. And this is the last thing we really, truly know about the final season. Why is Neil Druckmann, and this is a big, kind of theory going on right now. But the theory is that potentially Neil Druckmann, who is the one that's, involved, who's making, Last of Us 1, Last of Us 2, will be co-writing the final season of The Walking Dead with Angela Kang. And I remember when I heard that, I was just kind of sitting there and I'm like, are they for real? Is this really what's going on? And yeah, they are, which obviously, at least the theories are. Is it confirmed? No. And I don't want you guys to kind of like take that and, say that it is, because it's not. It's just that it is a talked about theory right now that they're trying to get Neil Druckmann on for the final season. Why? Why would you get him on for the final season? Like, have you seen The Last of Us 2? Have you seen the story? Have you played it through? Like, seriously. I just don't understand. Seriously, hire anybody else. And, well, aside from Ian and Andrew. I'd take my chances with Neil Druckmann instead of Ian and Andrew. But aside from that, man, I don't understand why they're doing that. Because he wrecked The Last of Us 2. Let's just all be honest about that. So, I really don't understand what that whole theory is about. I'm kind of at a loss for words just about hearing about that one. But, that's that. So, that's all the news we know. That's what we know so far about the final season. We know it's going to be the end. We know that Daryl and Carol are going to survive. We know that Virgil is going to be involved in this season. The Reapers, most definitely. The Commonwealth could be a bit later than we think. And also, a lot of characters are safe and we know it. And that's the really unfortunate thing. Yes, there's room for a bloodbath in the final season. That is for sure. There's a lot of named characters I'm sure they're going to, kind of kill off. But, if not most of the ones that they have on right now, aside from the ones they confirm they're safe. But I just, I don't know, guys. I am very excited to see how The Walking Dead wraps up. It is the most anticipated final season of anything for me. But I am going to be honest. I'm worried about it. I'm going to be honest. I'm worried about how it can potentially turn out because of the recent news we know so far and the recent kind of stuff that we know. Does it have the chance to be good? 100% it definitely has the chance to be good. But am I concerned about it? As a long-term Walking Dead fan, I can honestly say from the news I know so far and from what I said in this video, I'm a little concerned about the final season of The Walking Dead. I definitely am. So, I'm going to call it here. What do you guys, is there any additional news about the final season you guys want to add to this video in the comment section? To definitely be my guest. But how do you feel about the sound, the general sound of the final season? And I know a lot of people are going to be very mixed on this one. But I'm excited. My hype is through the darn roof. But I'm concerned based off of the news we know. That is what I'll say about it. So, anyway, guys, I definitely want to hear from you guys in the comment section below. I definitely want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about the final season of The Walking Dead, all the news that we know so far, and I'm going to call the video here. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Write your comments in the comment section below. If you guys are new here, click the subscribe button to don't miss any of my Walking Dead videos. Follow me on Walking Dead Reviews, subscribe, guys, and of course, I'll see you guys really soon in front of The Walking Dead video. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.